Hello from the Music Interview Corner. Today with Lost Society again, with Samy again. Hi, Samy.
Hello, what's up?
I'm great, and you?
I'm doing very good, thank you.
Can I ask that maybe it's a bit of a personal question, but I've heard from a secret source that you had a little problem on a metro toilet when you came here. Would you like to talk about that?
I did, it was pretty fucking stressful. I mean, I just went to a public toilet in the metro station, and then some dude had ripped the handle off from inside, so I was stuck for some time. But I mean, it all ended well, and I ended up here, so I'm happy.
That's great, but another adventure in Helsinki.
Exactly. I mean, something like this happens every time I'm here, so it's a cool city.
Your third album is about to come out at the 12th of February, Braindead. Are your expectations for that?
Well, I mean, I'm really stoked that the album's coming out because, I mean, we really poured a lot of blood, sweat, and tears onto this album. And, of course, like some people can notice that after Terror Hungry, we had now a bit of a longer break before we went to the studio to record this album. But, I mean, I think the material and everything on this album is just, it really is what Lost Society is all about. So I'm looking forward to it.
Cool, and can I ask you, what is the craziest thing that happened during the recording process?
Craziest thing, we played a solo right. No, I mean the studio recordings, they went actually fairly well, but I mean something that I remember, of course, always is that for some reason, I think it was the first or second day that we were in the studio, we all went to sleep, you know, in the places where we were staying, and then in the morning we came back to the studio, and our bassist Mirko told us that he slept basically in the parking lot of the Lidl beside the studio for some reason, but you know, fuck it. Everything went well.
Okay, did he tell you for what reason he slept there?
He did not.
Oh, okay, so that would be a question for him if we ever got the chance to talk to him.
Exactly. Mirko, please tell us what the fuck.
Yes, we want to know, why Vito. I have already seen the cover of Braindead. There's a naked girl in a padded cell, and she has carved in blood on her back your band logo. Who had the idea for that?
Well, you know, right about the time when we started thinking what the album cover is gonna be, we found out that Jan Meninghaus, who also did the Terror Hungry cover, is gonna do this one, and basically we started thinking just with the guys that what we want, and one of the most important factors was just that we wanted that our logo is really centered in the cover, and then we just told Jan that we want something that has the logo, something really stressful, and you know, stuff like that. Then he just said to us, well, hey, how about, you know, like a mental asylum with someone on their knees, and we were at once like, hell yeah, we gotta do that. And then, I mean, he sent us a couple of illustrations. We just fell in love at once with the picture. And then about a couple of weeks later, he hit us up with the final version of it, and we were just so stoked about it. And I mean, can you blame us? I mean, there's a naked chick on our cover. That's what we all want.
Of course, and I mean the blood, that gives a lot of attention to your logo.
Yeah, because that's what we're all about, naked girls and blood.
When we talked about the cover of Terror Hungry, there was some secret joke about a certain number, and you also had in the previous album, Fast Loud Death, a secret joke on numbers, but I couldn't find any numbers in your new cover. Why? Do you put it now in song titles?
Well, no, you know, this time around we have the numbers on the cover, but this time we wanted to make it a bit more tricky for the people to find it, but I assure you the three numbers are on the cover, but you just gotta find them.
Can I tell? I have an idea where they could be.
Please tell me.
Are they carved in the door? These marks in the door?
They are.
Ah, cool.
Nice.
Yes. And your song, track number 8 on Braindead, is called PST88.
That's a Pantera cover song. That was the cover for the album. And, you know, it's because, I mean, most people know Pantera, obviously, from albums like Cowboys from Hell and everything that came after that. But this song was actually taken from the previous album, or the album that came before Cowboys from Hell. It was called Power Metal. And this was one of the tracks on the album. And because, I mean, we've always wanted to cover a Pantera track, but we didn't really feel comfortable doing it because, you know, Pantera is one of the bands that every single song that they've recorded is as perfect as can be, so basically no one can touch it. But we started thinking that the power metal album, of course it's awesome, but we just had to cover that song, and I'm so stoked that we got to do it, and I think it turned out really good.
Yeah, sounds really cool.
Oh, thank you very much.
Do you have a favorite song or another favorite song on your album, Braindead?
Well, that's a real hard question because I think all of the songs in some way are really close to my heart because we really worked hard on this album. But if I have to choose, like, you know, a couple of songs, I mean, well, the opening track, "I Am the Antidote," which was now the music video and single. I mean, I think that's one of those songs that really showed the people that Lost Society is much more than just, you know, the fast stuff, that we're capable of doing much more. And I think that's really cool. You know, we added the melodies and the more clean vocals and stuff like that. But then, of course, also one of the tracks that I absolutely love is the last Lost Society track on the album, "Only My Death Is Certain." Just because, I mean, that's one of those songs that I'd say that, you know, if we wanted to do it a couple of years ago, it would have been impossible. But I think this was like the perfect time that we all matured in some way in the songwriting, that we could do the song. And I mean, it's so cool because, you know, I mean, I grew up listening to Iron Maiden and all the epic tracks they had, you know, with Rime of the Ancient Mariner, Infinite Dreams, stuff like that. So I mean, I'm pretty stoked that we got to do our own one. And I think it's just one of those songs on the album that has so many different themes, so many different moods, like, during the song, and it's just really epic, and I really like the song.
That's also one of my favorites on your album.
Oh, thank you very much.